In their attempt to steal, they only gave me hunger. It was a warm September morning when I made the discovery. "What would you like?" he asked me. But to my despair, that question would never be answered. I'd like to tell him a 6-inch Italian BMT on flatbread. The flattest of breads. "What cheese?" he'd ask me. With the option of provolone or American, I'd always go the American way. Toasted. Of course. "What would you like on it?" "Lettuce, tomatoes, onions, olives, and mustard." "Would that be all?" he'd ask. "Just the drink," I'd say, with the intention of enjoying a cold cup of Coca-Cola. "That would be $5. I felt confident. I thought I had it. I knew I had it. My $5. I scavenged through my pockets as if it were an empty safe. And at that moment, I knew that I wouldn't have the sandwich like no other. The name's John. Detective John Michaels. The other day, an unjustful crime came breaking into my locker. I was right. My money was stolen. But the criminal did leave me one thing. A note. It read, "Show me what you got." I never thought this could happen to me, at least in a town like this. I felt lost, hurt, and betrayed. Who could have done it? I don't have many enemies, but if I take this case, I'm only going to make more. This city needs a hero. A hero that can allow its citizens to have it their way. I thought of potential suspects for hours when I came to my first. My first suspect was a dame I had a thing with back in the day. Jane. Oh, my sweet Jane. I had a feeling she may have some answers, but then again, maybe not.
What do you want?
Listen, Toots, I know what you did, so I want some answers, and I want them now.
Johnny, I've got no idea what you're talking about.
You know very well what I'm talking about. You still have feelings for me, so you just wanted to get my attention.
That's not true. We're over. I don't love you. I don't know.
You never liked the life I chose, yet you always wanted to see my true potential. So you went into my locker and stole the $5 I had and wrote the note. "Show me what you've got."
I didn't take your money, John. I have no reason to. I told you that. We're done. I'm sorry, but I can't come back now. I have to go.
The dame proved to be no luck. Jane never liked my detective life, the life on the edge, but I knew that I must keep the city in order. I knew that deep down she wanted to be a part of it. She just can't find it in herself to admit it. But she wasn't my only suspect. I do have one enemy. Bill Staton. He's been my tormentor for years, ever since I can remember, all for playing detective. But Bill was soon going to find out that this was no game.
Alright, Bill, I know what you did, so now I want some answers. Now talk!
What the hell is your problem, Michaels?
You know very well what my problem is, Bill. You've tormented me for years just to mess with me again. You stole that $5 I had just sitting in my locker, and then you left me this note.
John, I have no idea what you're talking about. And hell, I don't care if you don't believe me, but think about it. Is it really like me to make this elaborate scheme for $5?
Fine. You seem to be telling the truth. Sorry to bother you. I guess get out of here then.
It's fine, John. It's whatever. I mean, why do you care? It's only $5.
Why do I care, Bill? Just $5, Bill? I'll tell you something, Bill. What's at risk here isn't just me losing money. But what's really at risk is losing the sandwich like no other. Red onions, tomatoes, onion.
Just shut up. I didn't take your money, but I think I have something you might want to know.
What?
You know your buddy Sully? I saw him hanging around your locker the other day. Didn't look like he was up to any good.
Sully? How?
I don't know, man, but I gotta go. Good luck.
Jane, Bill, and now Sully, my love, my enemy, and my best friend. For once in my life, I felt stumped. It could have been anyone. Jane was my first suspect, and after a deep contemplation, I knew it couldn't have been her. She doesn't love me. And then there was Bill, and I was so certain it had to have been him. But what he said made sense. He wouldn't just go make some elaborate scheme for $5. He'd just steal it from me instead. So then it all came down to one person. Sully. I didn't want to believe it, but it had to be true. He's been avoiding me. I even had a witness for him being the culprit. I just needed a confession. Lost, hurt, betrayed. Those were still the only 3 words that I could think of that described how I was feeling. I was on my way to get some answers from him. But Sully? How? How could he do that?
I'll tell you why.
Sully, is it true?
Yeah, I did it. I took your $5 right out of your locker.
How could you do that to me, Sully? Why'd you do it, Sully?
You feel betrayed, as you should. But understand that it had to happen as they did. You've been eating that same stupid sandwich for years, bragging all the time about how great it was, never once even considering whether or not I'd want one. You even bought one for that filthy little skank, Jane. Who the hell is she to you?
I'm sorry, Sully, but what you did wasn't okay. You're my best friend.
And it ain't all just about this bitch Jane either. This little detective dream of yours? No, it ain't good for you, man. And I knew that you wouldn't listen to me if I simply tried to explain it. And that's why I created this whole situation, so as to help you better understand the nature of things. Look at what you've been doing with yourself, John. Trespassing on the confines of other people's lives, with absolutely nothing to go on, and all over just a piss-poor stack of paper. What are you doing?
This isn't some sort of a game, Sully. This is who I am.
I don't know who you are anymore, John. Your motives have become clouded by your personal interests, things that I guess I'm not cool enough to know about. But either way, I did what I did to help you. And because I needed your sandwich. I needed your sandwich.
I know, Sully. I know I can be clouded sometimes, but I'm sorry. I'll buy you lunch sometimes, but you understand, right?
I don't know. Maybe you will make it in this world as a detective. Achieve your dreams. Go on with what it is you feel you have to do. But either way, I've realized worse men than you have tried and failed, and better yet, some have actually done it. But either way, I have wasted too much of my time on a stack of paper and a stack of cold cuts. So we're gonna give you this.
Thank you, Sully, for everything.
Tread lightly.
So there you have it. The case has been solved. The loss of my sandwich was almost the loss of my best friend. Sully was right. I do need to find other options to practice, but never another career option.